Good morning and thank you. My name is John Phelan. I'm the Director General of ICMP, which is the International Confederation of Music Publishers. We represent the three majors in the music publishing industry, Sony, Warner, Universal, but also several thousand independent and small music publishers in 51 different countries and across the EU 28. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Commission for convening this meeting on the current practices between services, OCSSPs and right holders in our experience. And as Commissioner Gabriel mentioned this morning, this is a crucial first step towards achieving the objectives of Article 17. For us in the music industry, the objective of normalising how OCSSPs engage with, make available, advertise with and profit from music is of central importance to the sustainability and fair return to the music sector in Europe and indeed further afield. Few issues in music or in legislation in our global experience have broader reach or will affect the future of not only each publisher but every musician of every genre, more importantly than Article 17. To succeed with its objectives, this requires faithful and close transposition, of course, but also good faith by all parties to observe the law's provisions and fairly implement how the content management systems, or CMS systems as we call them in the industry, behind the online music operate. It's important to set the present in context, of course. In the last 14 years, the music industry has been a co-architect of the digital single market. Today, there are now more than 53 million different musical works available across more than 120 different digital service providers. They're cross-border, they're instantaneous and interactive with all mobile devices. This has been a great achievement of the music industry. But in parallel, what we have seen emerging in the last 12 years has been a competitive market. There have been OCSSPs which have taken advantage unduly of Article 14 of the Commerce Directive in order to directly compete with these different services. However, in terms of the fully legal licensed market, there are now 43 such content recognition technology services available in Europe for DSPs. These are off-the-shelf, affordable to our members based on scale, and in our company's experience are highly accurate, recognizing music snippets online on various platforms of fewer than 7 seconds. These services enable those in music to be remunerated. It is recognition for remuneration. But in parallel, the market that I mentioned of the OCSSPs, or as we sometimes call them, user-uploaded content services, they have enabled the making available of almost the entire catalogue of the music sector on their services. These pose a very clear bipartite Hobson's choice to our members, whether they're the largest music publisher in the world of Sony ATV or a small digital prospective startup in Europe. And the choice is simply allow your content up there for a drastically reduced price or seek to take it down. Furthermore, these business practices between rights holders and services which the CMS systems are designed to facilitate are simply not observed in our experience with OCSSPs. This, of course, stems from the claim of safe harbour, which Articles 17, paragraphs 1 to 3 clearly address. But with 1.9 billion monthly users on the largest OCSSP, it has simply been an impossible task for the music sector to issue takedowns, nor indeed is it the commercial prerogative of our members. We want music to be available, licensed, legal, and enjoyed. Crucially, this is not because the technology cannot do it, but rather it's how the CMS systems are used. The experience of our companies across the board, from majors to indies, companies to individual writers, is that the misuse of safe harbour over the last 12 years to claim no legal liability is one part of the problem, but an even more pervasive problem is the lack of cooperation and insight into right holders in terms of the basic practices which are observed by other fully legal licensed services. What do I mean by that? Reporting is irregular, transparency of how and where music is used is at a low level, and this makes the very standard practices of our members of distributing due revenue and royalties a next to impossible task on many occasions. Commercial decisions related as to how music is used online, i.e. where the advertising is placed or whether the content is monetized or not, are often decisions taken by OCSSPs unilaterally without notification to the rights holders. As I mentioned, this does stem from the undue claim of Article 14 E-Commerce Directive Safe Harbour, but the corollary of this is non-transparent use of in-house CMS systems such as Content ID and others. We would just like to remind everyone that Article 17 does not change what copyright law is, but it changes who must obey existing copyright law. In music, our companies do not wish to issue takedowns. That is not our prerogative, and users can fully currently engage with our content, but we do remind of the objectives of Article 17 is about seeking to level the playing field in negotiating space, to enable our small businesses and startups to flourish, and most importantly of all, a fair, due return to the musicians who make the digital single marketplace such a wonderful place. The music industry has long experience of licensing all forms of music, off and online. This can be done. It's about ensuring the content management systems behind the scenes are observing basic business practices to effectuate a future digital single market. Thank you very much.